Look, everybody. Let's make sure I got the right link and everything. Alright, here we go! Please, fingers crossed, everyone. Let's hope this works.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for tonight's Master of Ceremonies, the Honorable Stud Muffin the Pimp.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Stud Muffin the Pimp's React Party! Alright! Incredible and amazing, ladies and gentlemen. We're having a great time. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's just me, Stud Muffin the Pimp, just hanging out, you know what I'm saying? I'm here with some friends. We're hanging out. We're having fun. We're being cool. It's me, Stud Muffin the Pimp, and I'm also here with this guy, Davros. This is a friend of Oddball. This is Oddball. And then over here, we've got our good buddy Gemstone over here. What's up, Gemstone? Alright! And then we got Zen hanging out over here in the corner. What's up, Zen? How's it going, homie? We got everybody here. We're ready to have fun. We're watching crazy videos from across the internet. Get yourself a drink and hang out with us. Here we go.
One day we would be able to download our human brain capacity into a Optimus.
Yes. I think that is, I'm not saying this is, I think it is possible, I think, to do that. It is possible.
Which would be a different way of eternal life. Because we would also download our personalities into a body.
Yes. We could download the things that we believe make ourselves unique. Now, of course, if you're not in a body anymore, that there's definitely going to be some difference there, you know. So, but as far as preserving our memories, our personality, if you will, I think we could do that.
He seemed like he was trying to convince himself.
Yeah, no, he can't do that.
Oh, I hit pause by accident. Did that pause it for y'all as well?
Yes.
I guess.
It went black, I
It is
mean.
paused right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I paused it because I just wanted to say, I don't believe him. I don't think we can transfer consciousness. I don't think we can transfer
I don't either.
consciousness. There's no... What? Why? What? Look, you don't know where the consciousness is.
Dude,
if you don't know where it's
I know.
located, how can you move it?
The only way is if you're gonna like move a brain, okay? Is that what
Yeah,
he's saying?
I mean,
is he
I
saying
guess.
there's gonna be a brain in there, like in a little, you know?
Is the consciousness in the brain?
I think he's
though?
saying he's going to do it totally digital. Yeah, we have no idea. We have like no means of measuring the brain right
A little like.
now. Or the consciousness, not the brain.
We would have to know where it's located or how, like, in order to move it. You know what
How
I mean?
it
Like,
works.
I got in a debate one time with a transhumanist who, a person who, really into futurism, and they were telling me, it was this Indian woman. She was telling me about how, we will slowly be replacing our body parts with all this mechanical stuff and, very futuristic technology, and that we will eventually just become robots. And I asked her, I said, excuse me, at what point does our consciousness leave our body and go into these mechanical parts? I mean, if we replace everything that is biological with mechanical, well, then we're just a machine and the biological's dead. It's not us anymore. Then it's just a machine walking around.
Right.
Like,
Right.
the part that makes us is the consciousness. And so, like,
I think that
her explanation was like, she was like, if we will slowly be doing it. It will be a slow progress for one thing. And I said, the passage of time is not a factor here. That has nothing to do with making it easier for you to move consciousness. I said, basically, you can't separate yourself. Like, you can't. Well, you can separate your
So you're
consciousness from
saying-
your body, but you can't contain the consciousness in another container, as far as I can tell, because we don't know anything about what the consciousness is.
right. I mean, we might be able to, but we just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's in your whole body. It's not just in your brain. So you can't just take out your brain and.
Yeah, I think it's like
But we
metaphysical.
don't even know if it's on this
I
plane
mean,
of existence.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying, Zen. It might be metaphysical. Or it's like we
One of those
exist.
things that we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the kind of thing where, like, we've talked ourselves so deeply into this weird zone that I forgot what I was
Yeah.
even talking about to begin with. I myself into a circle.
From what I've heard in Musk is that he thinks so. We have like ways of reading the electricity that comes off the brain, like the EEGs or the wires or the Neuralink, right? And so he thinks that if you get better at that and it gets faster and like more, powerful, then that will lead us to the consciousness. But like, there's really no reason to believe that. Like,
I mean, truthfully,
it's
the
a
way
guess.
that this world is going in generation, the amount of brain rot that these kids and everybody's watching, I'm like, I don't see anybody's brain working fast enough for them to learn that anytime soon. So, truthfully, yeah.
That's a pretty good point. I don't know how much farther we're gonna get. We'll see.
Back in the old days, when like the clockwork era, they actually thought that by getting better at doing clockwork technology, that they would be able to like recreate life with like years and stuff. And it was like a serious belief.
Automatons
like they had,
and
like,
stuff like that.
They had. Well, have you ever seen the clockwork thing that types?
No.
It's like a doll, but it's all done with clockwork.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're talking about automatons.
Yeah, it's like an automaton. But like that's what they thought. Like during that era, people were like, "Oh, we'll get to the point where we can recreate life."
Yeah, and they got really
kinda
detailed.
same shit we're
with
doing
it.
now.
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
They were trying to like. Have you seen like the golden goose thing? Like where they created the goose automaton that like dips down in the water and pulls fish out. Like it's crazy, man. Like it's really wild. The stuff they did. Ooh. All right, on to the next video. Here we go. I'm kind of scared. I don't even know what's going on. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Why would you drive towards it?
Yeah. I mean, I understand storm chasers, but that's a little too much for me. You were literally chasing it.
Yeah, those people are usually pretty safe about what they do.
I sure hope so. I'm like, is that considered brave or a death wish? Because I don't.
Dude, tornadoes are terrifying, man. That's like one of the scariest things.
Agreed.
It's like there's no escape. You can run underground, but it still might suck you out like in the movie Twister. Oh!
Most of my nightmares are all like multiple tornadoes and oh my god.
Yonder's in chat.
UFOs don't exist. They're not real. Aliens aren't real. None of this is real. It's a psyop because aliens don't exist. Well, the government.
I just like these angry New
passed
Yorkers.
along
These freaking aliens are coming in. They tell us they're not real. We know the truth.
to abide and follow. Look, police across the United States given new UFO handbook as they warn craft pose a significant threat. Really? Really? Now you're deciding that these things are threatening? I can't go any further with this.
The story is by someone that
UFO
literally has
theory.
bot in their name.
Obviously, the government is confirming
Really?
it
What?
to the point
Lucia
where they're
Bot.
yeah,
passing out
Botfield.
handbooks on how to deal with them. I'll see myself out.
Okay, I don't know why I included that. That was way too long. A lot
That's
of
one of
these.
those Facebook generation people who just read the title and don't get the rest of the story.
I don't know. A lot of these I don't watch the whole thing. I get a little taste. I'm like, oh, this is interesting, and so I'll get the clip, and like I'm not really
Ford
paying
Motor
attention
Company
to it.
just filed for a patent for an in-car system that eavesdrops on your conversations so that it can play you ads while you're driving. And I wish I could say that this was made up.
Yeah,
but
this
it's
is
very much
this
so not.
ticks me
Here's
off.
a little still from the patent itself where you can even see the selected ad there on the center dashboard. So let's talk about what's going on here, because a lot of it has to do with data collection. The car wants to play you advertisements based on your destination, maybe your GPS destination, your vehicle information, and most importantly, by just listening to your conversations. Now, filing a patent doesn't mean that they have fully built and implemented the thing. It doesn't even mean that they're going to. It just means that they could. Somebody somewhere thought it was worth patenting because they might use it later. It said that the new system could be responsive to the voice commands you've given the car. It can identify your voice and your ad preferences, and those of passengers in the car. Finally, it can listen to conversations to determine if it's better to serve you a visual ad while you're talking, or maybe an audio ad when there's a lull in the conversation, so that it'll know like what's the optimal kind of ad to give you, which I think is kind of wild.
So are we supposed to be staying off our phones and computers and things while we're in the car, or are we supposed to also be watching ads too? Because now y'all are confusing me.
Yeah, as long as
it sounds like a fast ticket to more accidents.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then you're gonna be like, you were watching that ad, it was your fault. It's like, no, y'all programmed ads into our cars.
What? Right. They made it illegal here to even touch your phone in your car.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, it flies?
Bullshit.
Yeah, no, where I'm at here, it has to be hands-free.
Yeah. Even, no, you're not allowed to touch it, ever.
At least while you're driving. Now, when you're sitting, yeah, you're allowed, you know, as long as you're somewhere safe.
Yeah, but you, like, not even at, like, stoplights. Like, you have to pull over.
That's crazy.
Which is a smart thing to do anyway.
I mean, I
It's
get
just
it.
common
Well,
sense.
that's a little overkill.
Well, but like you're allowed to have a computer screen in your car where you can like touch it and adjust the radio and do everything. But
Like,
you're
what
not
if you
allowed
use
to
it, like,
have a
maps
phone
or
that sits in front of it that's like exactly the same interface to do the exact same thing.
Yeah, give or take. Well, I'm old enough to say that most cars today are nothing more than smartphones with 4 wheels.
Yeah, basically.
All right, on to the next one.
Why do you think that moving out of your family's house is a psyop?
It's not just the act of moving out of your family's house, but consider this. If you have 10 members of a family, and they all scatter to the 4 winds, where they at least a half hour apart from each other, or more, 2 hours apart, states apart, and they will not see each other anymore, and they're going to pay 10 different sets of rent, 10 different sets of utilities, 10 different sets of groceries, 10 different sets of everything, then what are they going to do? They will live alone in these apartments or in these small structures. They will desperately crave connection with strangers. They will spend tons of money on escapist entertainment. The research actually shows the average American spends about 5 years of their life on escapist entertainment now, and that was
like
before
VR chat?
COVID.
Oh,
we need to actually update that information for after COVID.
Yeah.
But the average
could
person,
be.
their depression is off the charts. They are crushingly lonely. Among millennials, for example, the research shows that up to 65% of them report overwhelming loneliness, and 35% of them report such incredible loneliness that they report feelings. So I know that this system is not working. I know that shoving people back into bad families is not the answer, but fixing families where they are truly loving and caring and nurturing, building better systems where the families can take care of each other and where there's accountability as well, so that families are governed with real love and care and nurturing, and then getting people reconnected so they're not financially struggling with 10 different sets of rent, that they can all pool their money and everybody has more money and more resources and less stress that way. Building that system back is exactly what we need, so that people can at least find some safety and security in the world, and then they can talk about the problems and they can solve them together as a family.
That is the same speech that guy came up with when his parents said it's time to go. And he's like, let me actually educate you, Mom and Dad. In fact, this is a psychological operation in order to get me out of my bedroom, and I don't agree with this.
I mean, as much as I agree, people do need that time together. People want their space and privacy. So there just needs to be more events where people can get together.
I love B-Tom. I have no idea what that video was. I don't even know. I don't even know what that was.
Moving something was just on the ceiling?
All right, I completely missed that one. I have no idea. It was like 2 seconds long, too. What the heck?
If you're in the habit of ordering stuff from Temu or Shein, stop right now because there's a brand new study that just came out pointing out that the stuff you're buying can do serious damage to your health. Shein and Temu have been rapidly growing in the past few years, with Temu's 700% increase in traffic last year alone. But last week, an investigation was done by South Korean health authorities where they tested 144 items and found that almost all contained phthalates. If you're not familiar, phthalates are known as forever chemicals linked to all kinds of health problems, including including disrupting your hormones, causing reproductive issues, and even increased risk of cancer. The items tested were all sorts of everyday products like fragrances and wrappings, but one of the pairs of shoes that was investigated was found to have 229 times the legal limit of phthalate.
Yikes. And I got, like, sucked into the Timu little, like, tornado. And, I got out of it. It only lasted for a couple days.
The only thing scarier than a clown is a 110-year-old preserved clown corpse. Achille Chatoulet, whose name translates to the French tickler, was an early 1900s circus performer. He wished for his body to be on display after his in full clown makeup and full clown costume. When he passed away in 1912, his wish came true. His family had him hermetically sealed in clown makeup and dressed him in his Shriner's Parade outfit. He has been on display for 2 decades at the California Institute of Abnormal Arts. But with their recent closing in July of 2022, who knows where this perfectly preserved clown will go next.
That's crazy. Dedicated to the
highest bidder.
I'm gonna say that's no joke.
Yeah, dude, Bozo
Apparently
was like my
Beyonce
favorite
kidnapped
show
and
when I was a
blackballed
kid.
Sia. What the? In 2016, she puts out a random tweet. No correlation. It's one of those ones where it's like eggs, bacon. Oh, it's a code. It's code. It's code. Baby, everything your own nice cat eats. Period. Kangaroo is dead. Nowhere and purple penguins every day. My egg. What the? Take every single letter of the first word and it spells Beyonce. Me. No way! Oh! They circled the first. Oh my god! It really. What the? In one of the interviews when Beyonce was talking about Sia, look what she said.
From what you interviewed Sasha?
No, she's never done an interview. I don't know if she ever will, because I don't really think I would like her interview.
No, I don't think I really would want her to be in an interview. Michael Jackson, I'll see ya.
I think Beyonce, I think she kidnapped her. I'm just gonna come out and say it. She's a big kidnapper. She's.
Hey, Shane.
I'm gonna get sued. I'm kidding. This is all for joke
Was
purposes.
there an Egyptian civilization in the United States? This is Monk's Mound, found in Collinsville, Illinois. Its base is about the size of the Great Pyramid of Giza, and it is many times larger than the Pyramid of the Sun in Mexico. If we look at a map of the Mississippi River, we can see many cities named after mounds and many cities named after Egyptian cities like Cairo in Illinois and Memphis in Tennessee. There are mounds absolutely everywhere along the Mississippi River, going all the way down to Mexico. Back in the 1800s, there was also rumors of an Egyptian find in the Grand Canyon. There was official newspaper articles that said they found gold artifacts and mummies. The mound builders of the Mississippi also...
And just to clear the air on the Isis temple, or the Isis pyramid, found in the Grand Canyon, along with the Buddha and Shiva temple, or pyramid. Here are a couple images of things found underneath these ancient pyramids. These images are available online, and they're called the Kincaid's Cave, named after the man that discovered them. I know I'm celebrating Thanksgiving this year a little bit differently. This looks a lot like Egypt. Here in America, you might say? Yes,
I mean,
here in America. Ancient
you're showing me
Egyptian
pictures from the
tombs.
internet, buddy. Like, you can show
Thousands
me
of
anything
them.
right now.
But that's
and I
not
don't-
all.
What are you talking
A great
about?
Buddhist statue was also discovered.
I found these pictures on the internet. Sure does look like Egypt. Like, dude, what are you even? Oh, you're so scientific.
Right?
Never
See this
mind.
thing? See this thing that looks exactly like Egypt? It's in America.
It's totally in Ohio, I swear.
Creeping me to go.
Now, this isn't the first time I've seen one of these videos. There's another one of these where somebody's radio is playing some crazy stuff like this.
What the? I'm cutting it off, bro.
Yeah, I saw someone, she bought her Labubu in the car, and that was kind of like the crazy noises that was happening, and she was like, possessed or whatever it is, possessing my car.
Labubu's gonna steal your souls. You gotta be very careful with Labubu. I have to know, where did that come from? It's like all of a sudden everybody's talking about Labubu.
Yeah, they came from China, right, or something?
I have no idea.
No, heck no.
Yeah, I'm not eating that watermelon either, buddy.
Oh, wow.
That's not even... That's so unnatural. That's weird.
They left it there for too long. It rotted.
I gotta cut this one.
No,
I'm not gonna eat it.
Dude, I cut myself cutting a freaking watermelon today. It sucked.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at that watermelon. Look how gross that is.
Yeah, you could tell that they were sitting there too long because at the bottom of the watermelon, you could see where it was. It's soft and it was kind of brown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're sitting there. Yeah, right there. You see, it's like the little brownish.
Yeah,
it's like changing color. So they were already sitting there for too long.
Debunked! Successfully debunked by our very own Gemstone. Thank you, Gemstone, for your expertise. Her eagle eye caught that little spoiled spot right there. We got you, Internet. Trouble bullets again for us. So dramatic.
You don't tell me who in the built an 800-mile underground tunnel system in Dayton, Ohio. 800 miles. See? 800 miles. And y'all, it's got some crazy and scary and just sinister, weird, like, history attached to these tunnels. Like, they say they're haunted. Here is, like, one of the tunnel entrances from, like, back in the day. And it was attached to the hospital morgue, and they transported bodies in it.
Bodies?
Yeah. And then these tunnels lead back to Philip Gall, y'all. He's the guy that I did the video about the other day that was supposed to be in the Netflix documentary about the vampires. Yeah, that guy. It is believed that a police officer that went undercover during all this in this asylum nightclub as an undercover person. And there was, like, horrific things that happened supposedly to this guy. I'm not even going to say him because they're so fucking bad, but there. And they think that his body was placed in these tunnels too because they were attached to this asylum nightclub. And I guess to this day, a lot of homeless people are in these tunnels still, and they say that they are scary. And the word on the street is also ghosts, from what I've been told.
Hey, ghosts were down there.
Not going near this tunnel.
He took all the spaghetti from us. We were trying to eat spaghetti with the ghosts. What are you talking about, lady?
I have no idea. Like, I have not a clue, actually.
Oh my god.
Rules of the Appalachia. That's horrifying. A lot of people do hike the Appalachian Trail, and one of the main things they all know not to do is to hike from dusk to dawn. Don't go into the mountains
some
after
of the
dark.
Appalachian
There's
Trail.
a marked trail. Stay on it. Do not veer off any trail or path. Everything is marked for a reason.
What's that?
That's a blaze.
What's the weather like?
2 inches by
very
6
nice.
inches. That's what we follow. They're everywhere. They may be on a bridge. They may be on a tree. They're usually
like
always
any
on
of the
trees, but
parts,
sometimes they're on the ground, on a rock,
There's parts of it in
on a
northern
building,
Georgia
on
that
a
I
light
hit
post.
up, and
That's
a
where we
little bit
follow.
of South Carolina, but not I didn't go like
This
there's
morning,
it, you know, it
I
goes through
didn't
multiple
follow it.
states.
I wasn't paying
Yeah, it
attention.
goes from like
There's
Massachusetts.
numerous stories where people
I didn't
said
do- I
they
didn't do
hear
all
a
that.
woman or a baby in
like a
distress.
2-month
And a
hike.
really common belief is that if you hear something calling you right in your vicinity, it's actually really far away. But if you hear something calling you from far away, there's a good chance it's actually standing right next to you. It's not just screams that's a big
I may
deal.
have been in South
Whistling
Carolina, I'm
seems
not
to be a big deal also. If you hear
Would.
whistling,
I know
you
that.
didn't hear whistling. You're not even supposed to whistle. Tap your friend on their shoulder, but don't use their real name. Using real names just gives whatever it is a closer relationship with whoever's name it learns. Don't ever stare off into the forest. You could be looking at one thing in the forest, but there could be 100 things looking back at you.
Thanks,
Anything
lady.
you hear
Stare in the
or
ground
see
and
is not your
watch
business.
where you're walking.
Keep doing what you were doing and don't pay any attention to it. Some of
Close
the
your
most
eyes and
common
run as fast
sightings
as
in
you
these
can.
areas
Bigfoot.
are Bigfoot, skinwalkers, cryptids, and there's even been
That is
UFO
right.
sightings. Not to forget that this whole area is loaded with caverns and caves too. So it's not just the things that are above the ground that you have to worry about. There's even more stuff underground.
Yeah,
Just
dude, I'm
don't
worried about
go
underground,
this
man.
place.
These little mole people sticking out, and They look funny.
If you hiked the Appalachian Trail and you didn't see any monsters, it was because you are the monster.
Oh,
The
dang, you're
mystery
right.
is happening at the Volo Museum. It is known for its classic car collection and other attractions, like a Titanic exhibit, but it is also known for paranormal activities. So overnight security footage captured
Wander says
water
he's from,
flooding the
the Sandhills
Titanic
of
exhibit.
Appalachia.
Employees
Oh,
say
nice.
there's no obvious source of where the water came from. They also tell us
Y'all
they're
are in
pretty
chat.
freaked
I gotta
out.
check that. I haven't looked at chat. What's up?
I'm not a
No, he's in
huge
chat.
ghost guy, but
Ephemeral's
when all
in,
this stuff
Marvel's
happens, I mean, we're
Parvati on
looking,
the
there's
Wizard.
no
What's up,
cracks,
y'all?
there's no holes, there's no broken pipes,
Tetris
the
guy.
ceiling is fine,
Dang, what's
everything
up,
around
y'all?
the building is totally fine.
Does sound
Hit that like
strange. The
button,
exhibit
homies.
includes the same model car that was on the Titanic that is now at the bottom of the ocean. Museum officials are still assessing the damage and hope to salvage the exhibit. I'm pretty sure museum attendance will be going up as a result of this information.
So a
Very
haunted
odd.
exhibit had a bunch of water show up.
Yeah,
And
let's find out.
nobody's
Let
blaming
them
the
assess
janitor
it
that
and then
flooded the
get back.
toilet
We'll
the
figure
night
out what's
before.
going
Come on, we know.
That's just the sex sweat from Jack and Rose.
Oh, ew.
It was a ghost. Oh, they have like the AI that recreates the end of Titanic, and like they both swim up onto the door, and they like.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Explain
yeah.
the
Then we moved
Philip
back to New
experiment.
York, and we were happy for a while, and then when I turned 26, he dumped
Toronto
me.
in Canada. There was a group of researchers / scientists. Their thought was, can we create a haunting? Do we create hauntings? So what they did was they came up with this whole profile of a person who had lived in. Then they started to conduct essentially seances. You know, they would say, okay, do this thing if the answer is yes. Do this thing if the answer is no. And they knew the answers because they had written them. And the objective phenomena that would happen would correlate with the ghosts they created and the answer that they knew that they had written down. Did they create it, or did they invite something in? Or is it just, you know, maybe they got it wrong and it's just totally explainable.
Yeah.
But that's the Philip experiment.
You think ghosts can't read, you dumbass?
Created it.
Illiterate ghosts. Can illiterate ghosts use a Ouija board?
Yeah, in
Ooh, that's a
Toronto.
good question.
Apparently
Yeah.
they can in Toronto.
I'd love to know the answer to that.
I saw this. Scary.
Yeah, this is crazy. Boom!
Whoa.
That's a saw blade, dude. Saw blade.
Sham.
So I was walking into the store here, put my handle on the door, and I heard a loud bang and yelling over here at the corner. Just as a cloud of smoke pops up, and I see a guy fall into the ditch, and a 4-foot blade hurling at me as I'm walking through the door.
Crazy. That dude's lucky. He should be cut in half. There should be 2 parts of him right now.
There was a guy who wrote a thesis in quantum physics on a very esoteric, complicated problem set, and he asked Claude 3 to solve this problem set, and it came up with his thesis. It was really like extraordinary, and this is something he's like, no one in the world knows this stuff, and he's like, I can't believe this model like came up with my thesis. And that's the sort of thing that very few people on Earth even read or understand. And the Claude 3 model was able to kind of
Claude?
recreate the basis,
Frick
the
is
build
that?
up, and then the output of his thesis.
Use that.
That's
Never
how he
heard
got
of
an
that.
A in his doctorates.
Yeah, these AIs, man. Gotta be on
It was at
point.
that moment he realized he was.
I don't know. I only use Gemini.
I
Ew.
had Gemini go into like full defense.
Was it a,
mode on
oh,
me
is it a
the
worm
other
or a
day.
snake?
Really?
That's a snake, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, it thought I was lying to it. Thought I was trying to trick it. So it's like,
Really?
"Oh, you tricked me, and it's like, oh, it's so weird.
That's
I got, like, all,
weird.
it's like, and then I was like, no, this is the web page that I pulled the screenshot from. It's like, oh, I see what you did. You like rerouted the web page to make
Like
it so that
accusing
when
you?
I put there, it would redirect it. Yeah, it was like straight up accusing me.
That's
But I guess it's like,
bizarre.
I guess they test it.
If you're one of the
And
people
it's
who thinks
supposed to
AI
try
is
and
scary,
catch the
do
testers
not watch
that are
this
fucking-
video because it blows it under the water.
So a lot of people think we won't ever be able to
God, I
create
love
something
this guy.
smarter
I
than a
keep
human, and there
watching
actually
this
is a lot of evidence for this. We've created supercomputers with more mental capacity than a human, but the problem is they're huge. The human brain is estimated to have a capacity of over 2,000 terabytes. It just takes so many transistors to rival the power of the brain that it becomes really inefficient in terms of space and energy. But a new, really creepy development might change that. So this is a rendering of an organoid, which is when you take human cells and have them populate a 3D scaffolding. Recently, they've been able to do this with brain cells. I don't know why they always use Pong for this stuff, but these are human brain cells in a petri dish, and they're playing Pong. What's crazy about this is these organoid brains learn way faster than AI. And so far, they appear to be way better at solving complex problems just like the human brain. They've also been able to take these mini human brains and put them in rat brains and show that they can respond to the visual stimuli. What's scary about this is human brains are limited mostly by our head size. That's one of the things that sets us apart from other primates. So with an organoid brain, you could fill a whole room with brain matter and have it be one huge supercomputer. People are already asking questions about what happens if someone uses your brain matter for a supercomputer. Since it's a human brain, would it be conscious? Since it's your DNA, would it be you? Does it have rights? It's crazy.
It's Mystery of Babylon all over again, man. We're in for some really gross times in the future. This is very scary.
My brain only has 2 terabytes.
Shane, with all of those one-liners you have, I seriously doubt that.
Oh no. Oh,
man.
Oh, hell no.
I would never ride an elevator.
Yeah, it's time to go. I'm moving. I'm just not. Whatever you need to go to is not that important.
Throw the whole building away.
Give me that. I'm too old for these stairs.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of a twister.
See, last time we watched the ones that were moving like a train.
Yeah.
We're watching them fly around.
I'm telling you, Tumbleweed, there's something weird about Tumbleweed.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna find out it's like sentient plants or something. It's gonna be crazy.
These tumbleweeds up here.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite little thing.
Yeah. Every day and night.
Point is, how can they project holograms of that size?
And therein lies the problem, because people are, when you see hologram, they're thinking of a Walt Disney little pixie dancing around in a little darkness area. That's all they know about holograms. They don't know that 20 years ago, we could project a hologram with heat, noise, light, speed, anything we wanted, anywhere. And we use that on right now. The television industry is ready to bring out television quality programs that you could put right on your desk, and you have a little little thing here. You can raise it up like this. I mean, you can enlarge it. You can bring it down to small.
Talking about XR, buddy?
You can move it over.
Alright, that's like the new VR headsets and glasses now.
I can't wait to have a hologram unit.
But watch, I put this one right behind it on purpose. This next clip.
Okay.
The suspense.
Present day.
Whoa. Nice.
Crazy.
It's like projected on a cloud of...
Yeah, there's enough of
They didn't
you get enough of a fine mist in the air that you can project things onto it.
Yeah.
Sick.
I mean, they've done that with concerts and stuff too. With like the
They're just getting really good at it. They're getting really good at it.
Okay, keep opening.
Dude, I want a secret room in my house. I want to find out.
Yeah, dude.
It'd be so cool.
We have never seen this in our house, and we have lived here for 4 years.
Apparently you don't have to reboot.
Yonder in chat says his computer monitor disconnected the exact moment the elevator like broke on this last video. He's freaked out.
I thought that was freaking weird down in the floor down there, because I was like, why is there a gap in the floor?
Oh.
You thought there'd be another passage?
I thought there'd be stairs.
What the?
That's the panic room door.
It has to be.
Yeah,
man.
panic room bomb shelter or something.
Yeah.
Storm
Okay, this
shelter.
is just it.
It looks so nasty, like there.
Oh my god, it's a.
What?
This house is from the 90s. This is hidden goose room. I can't believe they didn't even tell us.
That looks like a prison cell. I mean,
God.
that's kind
This
of
is rust
crazy.
on the floor, right?
I sure hope so. I don't know if this is really...
Should we bring it in?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could hear somebody yelling in the back.
No, they probably had like a
Sound like
safe in here.
It looks like it could have been rust.
Yeah, that's just rust.
We're just gonna keep telling ourselves that so we feel better.
Yeah, keep saying it's
That
just
dude's like-
rust.
He's like, I just showed my wife the secret room I've been building to put her in.
Not mention the fact that looks like 2 hand claw marks in red. Like that was creepy.
Really did. Oh my god.
Did you know Apple just applied for a patent so that they can retrofit AirPods to read your mind?
Oh,
Or they didn't apply, they filed a patent. So what it is AirPods, they're fitting them with like electromagnetic sensors. And do you guys remember when we talked about they could hook a like brain machine up to a person and they could look at something and they could use AI to generate the picture?
Yeah.
So that technology, rather than a full helmet, they have successfully mapped via sensors in AirPods. They've successfully done the same thing. And so what they said, I was reading in neuroscience.com or something like that. I was reading an article and it said what they're able to do is read that sensor, and they said everybody's electromagnetic pulses are different. And so it's not just an immediate read what you're thinking and then regurgitate it. It's a process of learning. And so they mine and log all of the thoughts, all of the pulses. And so,
Are these in the current headphones?
Surely no.
Yeah. They may be testing stuff. Who knows?
But they said, the article I found said they did it successfully 5 years.
Is that why all of my ads are incredibly relevant sometimes? I don't know.
Apple, you don't want to know what's in my brain.
I don't even. I have 0 Apple products.
Same. I'm only Android.
Keep trying, you'll get there.
I have a phone.
Okay, I use a Quest.
Quite okay.
Never mind. Wait, that's an Apple product.
Yeah, that's
Not
Facebook.
doing
It's a
it.
meta product.
Not doing it. That's terrifying.
I still kind of want to play with the Vision Pro though.
Dude, I do. I really do. Brian
Go to
Redband
the
needs to
demo at
give
the
me his
store.
Apple Vision Pro. Let's start
Beautiful.
that.
Oh, come to play. Oh, hello. Oh, beautiful.
It's either VR
Sweet.
Worlds now with an Apple logo on it.
And look at you.
Really?
Wow. Whoa, beautiful, beautiful.
Come, friends.
Hello.
I found a snack.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
They
gorgeous.
came to play. No, they came to eat you.
How are you?
I don't know if you guys
Hello,
ever been in the
darling.
ocean, but
Hello.
seeing anything that big in
Look
the
at
ocean
you
is
guys.
terrifying.
What did you
Yes.
say? Hello.
Especially on a little
Oh,
board
come
like
on.
that. Like,
Hey.
Zen, are you used to it?
Beautiful.
You're from ocean places. You're a
Look at
coastal
you,
person
darling.
like me.
Anything
freaked
that's at my size or bigger, I am cautious of.
Yeah.
For sure. Because they're wild animals.
I see seaweed in the water and it freaks me out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can relate to that. I've had some brushes with seaweed on my
People
leg
on the labels
in the
on the
muddy
prisons.
water. It scared me.
Literally the same people.
Yeah,
Literally
swimming
the
is
same
dark.
people
We
who own
We have
the
monk
labels
seals,
on
and they're kind of
private
big.
prisons. The records that come out
Usually
are
they're always
really
chill. They'll like swim
geared
around
to
you and
push
whatever, but you know that they
people towards that
you know,
prison
they're
industry.
like
It
200-pound
make
dogs. They
you
can bite
write
if they
those
want.
lyrics. It's not about making somebody write the
Nothing you can
lyrics. It's about being there as guardrails to make sure certain songs make it through and certain songs don't. Some records are made by committee.
You meaning record company guys sit around and tell the artists, this is hot, say that, do this. We're gonna have this guy write the lyrics. We're gonna have that. You have, the record company pushing the narrative. Some social engineering going on here to make sure those prisons stay.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
I'm just gonna quit my rap career now.
Yeah. I can never stop hustling, though. It is in my DNA.
Spitting them words.
Giant 8-inch spiders from China are set to invade the U.S. A venomous spider species, native to Asia, whose palm-sized females cannibalize their male mates, are flying up America's east coast and spreading out west. Experts say the Joro spider can fly 50 to 100 miles at a stretch, using their webbing as a parasail to glide in the wind, and it's now also hitching rides up East Coast Highway, but the creatures aren't known to pose a threat to humans or pets. According to Ramirez Garofalo, an ecologist at Rutgers University's Lockwood Lab in New Jersey, soon enough, possibly even next year, these spiders should be in New Jersey and New York.
They can eat murdered ones.
Oh my gosh, I freak out. Like, I want to get it off me.
It's embarrassing.
I can't take it. It's too much.
This is a weird one. A pharmaceutical company that's trialing a new groundbreaking age reversal pill had such good results that the local news wanted to run a story on them. But before they even could publish the video, the chairman and CEO... You see, 6 months ago, this 12-year-old German Shepherd was near... He had terminal cancer, was operated on, and his prognosis wasn't looking good. The dog's caretaker knew that an age reversal trial was being conducted on dogs, and so she asked if Zeus could be a part of it due to his dire situation. The pill's aim is to lengthen telomere caps on human stem cells, because as part of the aging process, our telomeres shorten, which increases the chance of age-related diseases, and of course...
If you can increase
Dude, why
telomeres,
are they censoring
you can reproduce stem cells and keep repairing things so that you can get literally younger.
They said that in their drugs, preclinical data from a previous in vitro human cell study, it showed that the medication lengthened telomeres by almost 200%. Zeus was granted access to the medication in April, and his caretaker said that she saw results almost immediately.
He's doing marvelously. He goes out to our pool and he swims and he has fun and he plays with the tennis ball.
A recent scan showed that the cancer in his body had completely disappeared, and the results were so remarkable that she asked for more to give another 12-year-old dog that could hardly walk due to arthritis. And just last week, she said that he has started galloping and running again. But then, despite all of that, they hit us with this.
And we are sad to report that since this interview was conducted, Dr. Christopher Chapman has recently passed away.
On the company's website, they announced his passing, saying, out of respect and privacy for Dr. Chapman's family, details of the 71-year-old's passing will not be made available. And then added that to support the new chairman and CEO, 3 telomere directors have voluntarily resigned. Human trials for this drug are planned for mid-2025.
Yeah, I think somebody got a little visit for some operatives of maybe a foreign or possibly domestic government, and things got a little hot. A little pressure.
That or they wanted to take it for themselves and just have it for them and
Why
other
wouldn't they
people.
want to elongate the lives of
You're going to want to listen to this because you might be living in an alternate universe and have no idea, like I did. And I found out in a very strange way through James Bond. Now, just to explain, my wife and I were rewatching some old James Bond movies, and we got to Moonraker, which was a movie that I saw in the theaters as a kid. And we were rewatching it, and we got to the part where there's this henchman Jaws. He has these steel teeth, and he and James Bond are fighting on a cable car going down. And I remembered this scene from when I was a kid, and I remember distinctly the car crashes, and in the rubble of the crash, this young woman, she's a little geeky, has pigtails. She comes and sort of sifts through the wreckage, and Jaws gets up, dusts himself off, and he looks at her and he smiles with his steel teeth. And the punchline of the scene, which I remembered, which was so funny, is she smiles back and she has braces. Perfect. Wait a minute. Yeah. I was really blown away. I was really confused. I thought, why would they years later re-edit this, maybe digitally remove the braces, or why would they use a different take without the braces? That was so funny. Well, it turns out There never were braces. That scene never existed in Moonraker. The scene exists, but Dolly doesn't have braces.
I remember braces.
And I am one of a small amount of the population
That's legit.
who remembers the scene.
It doesn't make any sense if
with
she
her
doesn't
having
have braces.
This is apparently, when I looked in forums and I did
I remember
research,
watching it with my
is
dad,
a Mandela
and he was
effect.
like, "Oh,
For those
you're
of
gonna
you
love
who
this
don't
movie."
know what a
And
Mandela
then, like,
effect is.
I remember
it's
that
this
specific
phenomenon
joke, and he was
where
like, he
a
even
certain portion of the
explained it to me
population
why it was funny.
believes that they experienced something that did not happen.
And apparently that never happened. But I remember my dad explaining that joke.
It's like the whole Sinbad thing. That everybody remembers him being the genie.
Yeah, I'm
like,
not
I
from that
swear I
universe.
remember him being.
I'm not from that universe. I do not remember Shazam. I remember Kazam.
To crack down on social media abuse is being considered by the federal government. For more Nine's Oliver Haig joins us live in Adelaide. Ollie, how will it work?
Lila, good morning. Essentially, it will work the same as a passport. Australians forced to submit 100 points of identification, like their driver's licence or passport, when using social media accounts like Facebook and Twitter. Now, police will have access to those social media accounts, and it's all part of a crackdown on online abuse. Now, users could be liable for defamation suits or even criminal prosecution, and it's all part of a plan hoping to deter people from engaging in bad behaviour. Now, the recommendations were handed down by a federal parliamentary inquiry. They're reforms that are being considered by the Morrison government, with the chairman saying there is merit
We
to
must
remove,
preserve anonymity on the internet.
the veil of being anonymous.
I don't think people really understand how important that is. The ability to express yourself on the internet without consequences has been one of the greatest renaissances in our lifetime.
That's part of free speech too, because then you're trying to hold people against them being able to.
Well, here's a guy who is reaping the consequences of the education system.
Synthol guy.
Oh wow, this is like the modern day. Oh, there it is.
He's got fake muscles.
Wow, that's Popeye.
Yeah, he put the fake oil in his arms, his lips,
wow. He's gonna
his
prove
face.
it's real.
He already had surgery on his left arm, I believe, and already got the stuff taken out in one of them.
Wow, it's real.
Oh my god, that's
so messed up.
That looks good.
I mean, he could barely get the shirt off of his muscles because they're so big. Is a
Oh wow!
fighting.
Look at his arm, not his. I don't even know what to say anymore.
Yeah, he's just mental. Dude's mental.
Why would anybody want to do that?
I've discovered 25 that are all related to each other. Yeah. They all
Okay,
share
she said
one
killers,
ancestor.
but it's
if you've been
TikTok,
following me,
so
you
they
already know
censor
about the
anything.
Fuller unalivers.
Okay.
But did you know that the Fuller line was Fowler before that? And that changes everything. Remembering that all 25 of these are related through one ancestor, making them all cousins, we've got H.H. Holmes, who has a triple dose of this Fuller Fowler. We got Mr. Donster, Mr. Gacy.
For those of you who are having a hard
Welcome,
time
he be
following what
because he's a
ramblings
Fowler,
this
and that
woman's
is
going
the
off
same
on,
line. We
she's
got Charles
explaining that
Manson.
all these
We've
serial
got
killers
Casey
are related.
Anthony. Yeah, so we got two girls on the list.
That's
We also have
basic
Diane Downs.
English.
Whoa, really?
Welcome Leonard
Yeah.
Lake to the list. He is now officially on the list because he had Fowler, and he is now with the Fullers. We've got Otis Toole, Holly Crippen. We got Patrick Kearney, Michael Bear Carson. This list is so big I needed a page 2. We've got Jack Fuller, Mark Scott Thornton. We got Robert Fuller. We've got the Mensa. That's George Trappell, David Hendricks, Robert Burdella. That's right, Edmund Kemper, Lauren Thomas, and these lower 5 I've still yet to connect, but I'm 100% sure they're on the same line. We've got Jimmy Fuller.
Okay, well then
We got
that's
that
kind
guy
of a
right there.
weird
Wade Wilson.
investigation. I don't have any
Bob
evidence,
Fuller.
but
We got,
I'll find
Bobby
it.
Fuller.
Like what?
Right there's David Fuller, and this guy was confirmed with his DNA. I still have to link it with his tree, and that's Nicholas Patrick. 25 unalivers all share this ancestor. Yeah, it's getting deep.
Crazy.
They just add to the stereotype that white people are the wacky serial killers.
No, don't tell people that. We're very friendly,
They
and
all
we do
related.
jumping jacks, and we'll sell you cookies. And if you want to come over,
I wanna
have
talk
a
about this
roast,
scary video that's
we
been
have
circulating.
roast and mayonnaise sandwiches.
So this video was taken late at night on Carranza Road, a famously haunted road in New Jersey. And in it, the guy's sensor keeps going off like there's something circling the car, but he keeps cutting back to the back camera showing that there's nothing there. And maybe you're thinking, yeah, whatever, the guy's sensors are probably broken, but there are a ton of sightings just like this on this exact road. And it's all because of this monument we see at the end of the video, which is supposedly cursed. I'm going to tell you about the monument, but before I do, this is all coming from this week's episode of the podcast about terrifying true urban legends. So this is that monument. It's buried deep in the woods in New Jersey. And it's to honor Emilio Carranza, who was one of the most famous pilots in Mexico's history. One night, Emilio was flying from New York back to Mexico when a huge storm hit and he crashed in New Jersey right where the monument is. And now all sorts of weird stuff is seen by this monument. People say they see lights in the sky that look like a plane crashing. They say their sensors go off like something circling the car. They even see faces coming out of the woods sometimes. And all of that makes this sighting even more terrifying.
Dude. If I saw some faces come out of the wood, I'd straight up punch him right in the face. She's coming out of the woods. Yeah.
Dumbass wood
I started that sentence without knowing where it was going to finish.
This sign was in a window in a grocery store in New York where it said that it was collecting your biometric identification data. While a lot of people think that it's just for catching criminals and stuff like that, I think it's more along the lines of corporate America. As the world gets more advanced, we're getting like TV screens for windows and stuff, and they can advertise stuff that's catered to you like your phone does. Like, even though you haven't searched anything about getting a new PlayStation, you haven't looked up PlayStation, but you talked to your friend that one time about getting a PlayStation, and your phone picked it up, so they're advertising PlayStation to you. I think it's going to essentially be used in the same way. Like, your phone overhears you talking about something, and it's advertised to you when you go in the grocery store. Not only will they have your biometrics, they're also going to have microchips implanted into you so you can have your ID and your credit card, and you're going to have your Google glasses with all your stuff popping up on it as you're walking through the grocery store. It just seems like corporate America is just getting larger and larger and more inside of your brain. I mean, obviously these inventions are awesome, but we're going to turn into idiocracy. Everything's going to come out of a vending
Lady,
machine.
the way you're talking, you sound like you're already there. I swear, I'm telling you, we're on our way to idiocracy.
A democracy.
I wouldn't mind checking out those glasses.
Per the IRS, folks who fail to file will owe 5% of the unpaid taxes for each month the tax return is late, maxing out after 5 months. After that, the penalty will continue until the tax is paid, up to a max of 25% of the unpaid tax.
Unbelievable.
People were held hostage, and the IRS is coming after them for not paying.
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry I couldn't file my taxes while I was being held hostage, you psychos.
That's crazy.
Yeah, abolish the IRS already.
You can see this strange carving on the wall. Can you tell me what this is? Yes, it is a car, just like a modern day car with 4 wheels. You can see the body of the car here. You can see that it has one door carved on it. And this guy is driving it. He has one hand on the steering wheel. And on the other hand, he's blowing a horn. He's honking by pressing this bulb-like thing. These types of horns are called the bugle air horns. And when you press them, it honks. And look at the big light in front of the car. A giant light source is mounted in the front. How can a temple built 800 years ago have a car carved on it? Did cars exist 800 years ago?
Honestly, crazier things have happened other than the invention of a car before we invented it. I mean, it could be. I don't know. Maybe it was just a wooden cart that rolled down a hill, you know? It doesn't have to have an engine.
Maybe it was 20 years ago someone sat there and put it in there and just didn't notice it. Like I walked up
It's a red sky. There's a major storm coming in. Wow, I have never seen anything like this.
I have caught a red sky at night, and it's pretty awesome.
It's Minnesota.
Yeah, but he's sitting
and of
right
course
next
we're
to
blue. Wow,
oh my
look at
God.
that. Wow.
I can't stand people. There's lightning and you're standing outside. There's people who said there's a lightning storm when they're riding their bikes outside. It's like you're a literal lightning rod. Riding
Wow, I have never in my life witnessed anything like this before.
Oh, we
It was
lost
the
him.
weirdest looking color I've ever seen.
Lightning got him.
Lightning got him.
A heck of a storm coming up. Holy smoly.
But it's weird. It's like when the sun is setting, if you get like heavy cloud cover and the sun actually, there's a break in it, or the sun that's setting is actually lighting the clouds from underneath rather than from above. It looks so weird. It looks crazy.
It does.
That's how you get that red sky at night. That's where you get. You ever heard of the saying "red sky at night"?
My favorite of the new
Sailors
species
could lie.
discoveries
Red
is
sky
the
at morning,
blobheaded fish.
sailors.
It's a type of
red sky
armored
at morning,
catfish,
sailors.
but
morning.
unlike its close relatives,
No, I don't know.
on the end of its head it has this really huge sort of fatty and just like blob-like extension on the end of its head. And the scientists have never seen anything like this.
Is it the
and really,
blobfish?
it's a
That's
complete
the
mystery
snarge
as to what
fish.
the purpose of this blobhead.
Wow. This looks like a regular pleco with a fat nose.
Oh
I used to
yes,
have a
the
pleco
pleco,
like
of
that.
course.
Seems
I was
clear
gonna
as
say
day.
that too. What the heck is a pleco? I've never heard of that in my life. What are you
He's
talking
like a bottom
about?
feeder. He's a bottom feeder. Like a
Federal
common
scientists
bottom
finished
feeder.
testing
You're like,
on an
the
early
old
weapon that can make laser plasma balls talk.
You identify that fish like immediately. This is
It's called
crazy.
the laser-induced plasma effect, and it's made by the Joint Non-Lethal Weapons Directorate. So what they've done is basically created a laser that can shoot out to a certain distance, and they can pipe in sound waves through it, and actually make human voice sounds and commands. Now where this becomes useful is around an area where you want to keep a perimeter secure. So essentially you can shoot out this laser, you can then talk to the people on the edge of the perimeter rather than sending troops out there and tell them to get away or you're going to shoot or get away or they're going to use other means to deter them. And that same laser can be used to actually target the individual and create heat through pinpricks, like microscopic pinpricks in their skin, even beneath clothing. It's extremely uncomfortable and people move out of the way almost immediately. At the same time, the exact same laser is also being used as kind of a never-ending flashbang grenade. It can basically, with a power source, it can constantly create audible effects to deter and confuse and disorient people, just like a flashbang grenade that you would have in your kit, but would only be able to flash once, maybe twice, depending on the design. Now, it's still a few years away. They just finished testing to get the audio portion through the laser in a laboratory setting this year, but they expect to have a fieldable version within the next 5 years that troops could use to protect different areas or put on mobile platforms to disperse crowds or use it in a non-lethal way in theater.
It's very interesting. I've been to a museum where I got to kind of test some of that. It's really interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild. It's cutting edge
you
technology.
accidentally removed my tattoo.
I just like, when I see that, I get like a vision of like, you know, a hostage situation. And suddenly the police are sending in beams of light to communicate. It's like, whoa, that's what is going on
in the sky. Fog came in, covered the bridge. All of a sudden, something wants to hide behind this fog and be loud and crazy sounding.
That weird noise is probably a very large ship going through, you know.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Smog is not uncommon.
I grew up
I
on
would
the
think
coast.
it would be the bridge.
I didn't see it either.
You think the bridge is making that noise?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Like
I've
it's
never
like
been there.
picking up on like
Well, it's like reverberating.
Yes, that's the word I was looking at. Well, frequencies or something like that.
Yeah.
Some of that weird science.
You see?
I hope Zen's okay.
Do you see?
Yeah, like compression of waves and stuff.
November 16 of 2024, a school teacher stands outside of his class while struggling to remain calm. Only a few minutes ago, he was just inside setting up decorations for his class when he had to stop and immediately walk out after seeing something that made him jump out of his skin. Now, the school that he teaches at doesn't really have a history of paranormal occurrences, but the students there would often make up stories and rumors about the school being haunted, specifically by a student who used to go there. Whether or not the student actually existed remains a mystery, but tonight, after encountering what just happened, he no doubt believes that his class is haunted, if not the whole school. It appears that someone is sitting at a desk towards the back of the class while facing the board in front of it. Now, just for reference, this is what it usually looks like when there isn't someone occupying a seat. Nothing stands out, because clearly nothing is there.
It kind of looks like me, but okay.
Yeah, I swear that was in React Party 1. I think we doubled that.
You're back.
You gotta give Ghost credit
Right,
when you get educated.
Go from New York to Brazil, Buenos Aires, and then to Antarctica, without ever coming up to the surface for air. And you can do it all at way more than 1,000 miles an hour on magnetic levitation trains, otherwise called maglev. One thing he told me, he went from Virginia to Los Angeles in 45 minutes.
I would love to get a hold of this technology so I could just travel.
Miles an hour. Most people don't even believe that there's a tunnel network.
45 minutes to go cross country, you know, awesome. You could work, like, anywhere.
There are hundreds of thousands of miles of tunnel systems.
What do they mean people don't believe it? I've seen construction of them doing stuff like that. So.
That'd be a totally different world if you could get across country in 45 minutes. Like, you could work anywhere in the country and you could have a different social life in a completely different place, and like it'd be crazy.
Whoa. Both the rain and nevermore.
Nevermore. Yeah, it does look like a face.
You can come join us over here, Shane. It's just us three.
Oh yeah, we lost. We
It
people.
walked. It literally sounded.
What?
Stacy. What the?
He's doing a Ouija board in the woods, scaring the crap out of himself.
Nope, no. That's. I don't know what the hell that was. I don't know if I want to know what the hell that was. Okay, somebody tell me what that was.
It pops in. Excuse me, sir. We've been trying to get a hold of you for the past 6 weeks. Your car's insurance has been
closer. Is there somebody outside? Yeah? Please leave. Sounded like I said don't. Well, I'm gonna look outside. Ooh, what the f*** that was that sound again? What the fuck?
Okay.
I gotta get the hell out of here.
Yeah, go home, buddy. You're scared of the woods.
Can't even run.
I'm going home.
He's in his backyard.
He's in his backyard. Mom! Mom, it's scary out here.
Walks
I'm
3 feet to
hungry.
the door.
Welcome back to Strange DARPA Projects you probably haven't heard of, Part 2.
Boy, this
We
is a
talked
real
about before,
conspiracy theory
DARPA is the
version
Defense
right
Advanced
here.
Research
Episode you was having on the
Projects
creepy.
Agency. Today we're going to be talking about the advanced plant technologies that they're working on. Pause to read if you're interested. Mainly the gist of it is right here. That DARPA is working on ways to harness plants' mechanisms for sensing and responding to environmental stimuli. So they're going to have monitors on these plants, so they'll be able to know if there's radioactivity in the air, what the temperature is, if there's an earthquake, all kinds of strange things that plants know what's happening. These are some of the things that they're going to be able to monitor via ground, air, and space monitors. So is this a project they should pursue or not?
Not because they have tools to already read all those things. You need the plants to do it.
Do it all.
I don't know what I missed.
Nothing too crazy.
Pokemon Go actually was a CIA psyop, and they kind of just admitted it.
Yeah, I heard
Niantic,
about
the
this.
company behind the game, announced that they've been spying on everyone playing it the entire time, using user data to build the most realistic 3D map of the world that could even put Google Maps to shame. Because whenever they wanted pics, videos, or any sort of data for a specific location, instead of paying expensive geo-navigators to map it out like Google does, they would just put a rare Pokemon there, and thousands of people would do it for free. As a matter of fact, some people would even pay Niantic through in-game purchases to do their data collecting work for them, like paying a company to work for them. And they all agree to it in their terms of service, which no one ever reads but always accepts. All to train an AI model on one of the largest geospatial maps for navigation ever, and this is how the CIA was actually behind it all. So, Niantic released this official report, stating that they were using their games to build something called an LGM, Large Geospatial Model. And just like generative AI like ChatGPT uses enormous systems of info called large language models, LLMs, to train AI how to generate answers, this is sort of the same thing, except with geographic data instead of just text, tricking millions of people to map out every detail of the physical world using their phones, which is a monstrous amount of data, all while being tracked by their phone's GPS. Similar to how Google Maps collects data using their Google vans, except they spend millions of dollars doing it. Niantic instead turned it into a game, convincing millions of people to do it for free or even pay them to do their work for them. And I think we can all remember how mega viral this game was when it first came out. Like, everyone was playing it. Released on July 6th in the summer of 2016, where you'd run around catching Pokemon in the world's first viral augmented reality game. The entire in-game map was based on the real world, where you'd have to go to a physical location to catch a certain Pokemon or claim territory. And people got pretty obsessed with it, so much that countries like Bosnia even had to release an official warning telling people not to go into minefields while playing the game. And members of Egypt's national defense claimed that it was a spy tool used by government agencies around the world, infiltrating our countries under the pretext of entertainment. Turns out they might have been onto something. Even posts on Reddit over 8 years ago called it and were called crazy for it. Obviously, Niantic initially denied everything, saying they were all just fabricated rumors. But then in November 2024, they admit they were kind of spying on you, tracking and collecting data on everything you did while playing it. But I think you can see why intelligence agencies would be interested in information like this. Training AI by collecting data from millions of users around the world, including pedestrian areas inaccessible by cars and even inside their own homes. Unlike Google Maps, which mainly collects images from street and satellite views, and wasn't actually made by Google. Their maps and Earth software were bought from another company called Keyhole, which initially launched as Earth Viewer 3D in the early 2000s, absolutely revolutionary for its time. Then the government takes notice, and things get interesting. In 2003, a company called IQT reaches out and announces a strategic investment in Keyhole. IQT is a venture capital investment firm set up and funded by the CIA, which they openly admit to like it's not a secret. In 2004, Keyhole is bought by Google, while the CIA continued to work in close partnership with them. In 2010, a new startup is launched by Keyhole's initial founder, John Hank, within Google's internal incubator program. The name of this new startup was Niantic Labs, the eventual developer of Pokemon Go.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another React Party. Thank you so much for coming out, everybody. This has been an amazing time. We had a lot of fun here, and I just want to say thank you to everybody in the chat that's been hanging out. Big shout out. I also want to give a massive shout out to my buddy. Wait, you can't even see me. I'm not even on camera right now. Hang on, let's bring the camera down. I'm short. I forgot how short I was. Hi, I'm here now. Okay, Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Gemstone. Thank you, Oddball. Everybody here, and we had some other people that kind of just Zen. We lost Zen at some point, but you know, technical difficulties happen. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching Stub Muffin the Pimp channel. Please hit that thumbs up button. Please hit that subscribe button. And please tell your entire family about how great I am and how much you love me. Alright, good night everybody. Have a great night. Goodbye. See you next time. Oh yeah, and yeah, have fun. Do cool stuff. Send money.